video will take us through the foundations of a power yoga flow, introduction to a flow that is designed to build strength and lengthen. This particular video will focus on the lengthening component of power yoga. So let's begin. Let's start in child's pose. So come down to your mat. Bring your big toes to touch underneath you, your knees really wide. And then start to soften your torso down. Let your forehead rest on the mat, wherever it may land. You can also use your fists stacked underneath your forehead, if that's more comfortable for you. Or you can stretch your arms out in front of you. Can you find a spot where you can begin to soften, where you can really melt your torso down and sink your pelvis deep towards your heels? And then we start to build that breath, that ujjayi. Breathe in through your nose and out through the back of your throat. Walk your hands over to the right side of your mat and then breathe into your left side body. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come back through center and breathe to the right side of your body. Inhale. Exhale. And as we bring ourselves up, we will add a bit of movement here. So from tabletop, leave your knees wide and just dip your pelvis forward. Take a breath in here. And then scoot your pelvis back towards your heels. Maybe bow your head for a moment. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, scooch back. And then find tabletop pose, find neutral. And we will begin to activate our core, our Uddiyana Bandha, another one of those pillars in power yoga. You stretch your right arm out by your ear and add your left leg behind you. So alternating leg and arm reaching. Breathe. And we can just crunch that underneath us by rounding our spine, pressing into our left hand, and then reach back out. Breathe in. Crunch that in again. Round your spine. Breathe out. One more time. Stretch out. Breathe. Bring that all the way in nice and controlled. Hug your elbow to your knee and then bring that back down to your mat. You can take some hip circles here. And then we'll go to the other side. Start with your foundation. So spread your left hand really wide and tuck your right toes onto the mat. And then add your left arm and right leg. Breathe. Nice and controlled. Bring your elbow to your knee. Crunch. Feel your core. Contract. Breathe in. Expand. And then contract again. Press into your mat. Hug your belly in. Reach out. Breathe in. Hug in. Contract. Push your spine towards the sky. And then land on your mat. Press your way back for downward facing dog. And just a reminder, keep your hands really wide on your mat. L shape pressing in. Shake your head out. And then we begin to move our body. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, step or hop to the top. Halfway lift, we fill. Fold, let it go. Reach all the way up to the sky. Breathe and grow tall here. And bring your hands to your heart. And we'll begin with an Om together. Fill up your lungs. Close your eyes. Bend your knees, open your eyes, fill up your lungs, stretch tall, extend your mouth. Fold forward, soften down. Halfway lift, fill. And then flow to your mat. You can also just skip aranga and meet us in down dog. You can also drop your knees to the mat. Find a low plank. Push into your hands. Press your feet into the mat for up dog. Head to down dog. Start to pedal out your dog. Feel your body here, and we'll go one more time. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, maybe hop to the top. Halfway lift. Fold. Reach all the way up to the sky. Breathe and grow tall. Fold through center, we soften. Halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana is high to low. And if keeping your knees lifted, shift your weight forward on the tiptoes. And then untuck, and your chest will land in front of your biceps, which is great alignment for stacking your wrists underneath shoulder heads. Push to go back. Couple of breaths here. And you can move around your dog. And we'll go right side warrior one. So right leg comes up to find space. Land it down in front of you and reach your arms up. Land here. Find that drishti gaze. A deep ujjayi breath. Breathe in. And then bring that all the way back down to your mat. Go high to low or skip aranga. You choose. Fill up. Head back to down dog. Left side warrior one. Left heel goes up. Bring it all the way forward. Breathe and grow tall. Sink here. Find that drishti gaze. Stay. Fingers spread wide. Breathing. Inhale. And go back down to your mat. High to low. Fill up. Head back to down dog. Pedal out your legs. Maybe shake out your head. And then inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, hop to the top. Halfway. Fold. Reach all the way up to the sky this time. Grow tall, lift up. And find your chair pose, Utkatasana, for a few breaths. Hands can be cactus. They can reach up. They can come to your heart center. Take one more breath. Dive forward, forward, fold. Generous bend in your knees when we fold forward. Your hands can come to the mat. They can come to your shins. See if you can get heavy in your spine for a moment before we carry on. Take a breath. Maybe let a lip flutter go. Okay, halfway lift. Let's head to down dog. So high to low. You choose how you get to down dog. Fill up. Head back to down dog. Right side warrior one. So bring your right foot all the way forward. Inhale to rise. Breathe in. Spiral open to warrior two. We'll head into some lengthening poses here. So Trikonasana is first. Let's flip, inhale, exalt this warrior. And then as you come forward, straighten out your front knee and land your hand behind your leg. This is a great opportunity to grab a water bottle or a block or pillows and put it behind you just to help you open through your chest here. Breathe. Stay. A little bit of give in that front knee. Protects your joints. One more breath. Let it go. Inhale to stand. Pivot your toes to both face the same direction. I like my big toes facing in, my heels out. You feel where it feels good in your body. And we're going to go for a wide-legged forward fold. Breathe and grow tall. And then hinge yourself all the way forward. And once you get down there, you can rearrange to see if there's more space. Breathe here. Now, this is a great opportunity to bring blocks underneath your hands. And let your head soften here. One more breath. Let it go. Inhale yourself to stand up. Pivot to face the front of your mat. So right foot at 12 o'clock. Step your back foot halfway up. So we're in a mini warrior one stance here. A pyramid pose is next. So we're about halfway up our mat, if not a little bit more. Front toes are at 12 o'clock. Back foot slightly angled out. Breathe and grow tall. And then hinge over top of your front thigh. So you can add a bit of a give in that front knee. And just seeing if we can target a stretch from our heel all the way up into our hip. The whole back side of that right leg. And to deepen this, you can turn it into standing splits. You can extend your leg up to the sky and play with your balance. And you can stay right where you are. You can breathe. And we'll give this a little twist. So bring your left hand to the mat and open up towards your right. Revolve triangle. Breathe here. And then turn the other way. Right hand down. Open up to the left. See if you can keep your pelvis in line with the earth. Breathe. Hand back to the mat. Halfway lift. And we'll flow that out and head to the other side. Chaturanga Dandasana. Fill up. And go back, down dog. Left side warrior one. Left foot comes all the way forward. Breathe in. Grow tall. Spiral open to warrior two. Front foot shifts over and sink down deep. Exalt your warrior. Flip, inhale, go back. And then straighten out your front knee and find Trikonasana pose, triangle pose. And then go back to that deep breath. Go back to that Drishti gaze. A bit of water in your knee. Again, use a water bottle or a block behind your front ankle. Breathe here. Reach your arm up to the sky. Inhale. And let your next inhale lift you up to standing. Pivot your toes to face the same way. You should be facing the other side of your mat now. Breathing, grow tall. And then hinge yourself forward for a wide-legged forward fold. And you can walk your hands over to one of your ankles. Start with your right. Bit of give in your knees. Breathe. And then walk your hands over to the other side of your ankle. Your left ankle. Breathe. One more. Let it go. And then lift yourself up and pivot your left toes to face the front of your mat. Back foot steps halfway up, pyramid pose, left side. Feet are wide like train tracks here, so your hips stay facing the front of your mat. Breathe and grow tall. And then hinge over your front thigh. Again, you can lift your back leg and find standing splits if you want to play with balance. Or deepen that stretch. See if you can let your head go for a moment. One more. And then revolve this triangle. So left hand down, open up to your right. Breathe in. And swap sides. Bring your left hand down, open up to the right. And then hand comes down to your mat. Step both your legs to touch and breathe and grow tall here. Forward fold, we soften. Halfway lift, fill. Flow to your mat, go high to low. Fill up. Head back to down dog. And bring your right foot all the way forward. And this time, drop your back knee down to the mat. Let your pelvis get really heavy here and sink towards the earth. Check in that your front ankle is below your front knee. And then soften down. Go back to your ujjayi breath. A few more breaths here. You can use your fingertips to brace the earth to lift you up a bit. Support your torso. And then begin to shift your weight backwards and pivot so you can find the heel of your right foot. Lift your toes up to your knees, and your back toes can press into the mat for support. Again, check in here as we transition into a hamstring stretch, that your pelvis is above your back knee, toes are lifted to the sky. And breathe here for a deep hamstring stretch. Give a little bit of give in that front knee, and that way you can feel all the way from your Achilles heel up into your hip socket, a stretch through the back of your leg. Deep breath here. Maybe close your eyes. Again, blocks or pillows are great underneath your hands. Couple of breaths. Soften somewhere, jaw, shoulders, neck, back of your leg. And then bring yourself all the way down to your mat for a single seated forward fold. And you have a few choices here. You can let your knee splay out to the side, your left knee. You can also find a traditional single seated forward fold. So leg can be forward or behind you, whatever feels good in your body. Check in that your right ankle is in line with your right hip socket. Pull your right toes up. Give a little bit of give in that right knee. Find where your sits bone, so your bum is sinking into the earth, and then grow tall from here. And fold forward, soften. And then we'll just breathe here. Again, you can brace yourself coming up onto your fingertips. And can you soften through your jaw and your neck and your shoulders? And go back to that ujjayi breath. One more. Last one. Let it go. And bring yourself up. Pivot both legs out in front of you. Grab the back of your thighs and we'll rock and roll. So inhale on your way up. Exhale on your way down. Cross your ankles, plant your hands. Walk your feet back to find a downward facing dog here. Take a breath. And then we'll transition to the other side. Your left heel goes up, breathe in. Bring your left foot all the way forward and drop your right knee down behind you. Let your weight shift forward, your pelvis shift forward. Check in that your front ankle is underneath your front knee and you're stable on your mat. Here you might have to go a bit wider to find that stability. And you can bring your hands up or you can soften them down to some supports, blocks, or pillows. Breathe. Couple more. Maybe close your eyes. And check in with your jaw again, your face, soften it all. Let your pelvis get heavy towards the earth and feel that stretch through your back leg. One more. And then transition your weight all the way down to your mat, as gracefully or ungracefully as that looks. Set up for a single seated forward fold. You can bring your leg to a traditional figure 4 shape, or you can keep it behind you if that's where the straight stretch felt good. And you might be uneven like I am. My left side is far tighter than my right. And so pull your toes up. Keep a bit of give in that knee. Square off your hips so you're facing the front of your mat, and then grow tall here. Breathe in. Soften, heart towards your toes, and let your arms fall where they may. Take a couple of breaths here. Ujjayi. Soften, melt. Few more. Last one here. Let it go. And then rock and roll. Grab your thighs. Inhale up. Exhale as you roll back and make your way to down dog. Cross your ankles, plant your hands, walk your feet to the back of your mat. Pedal out your dog. And we'll head into some hip openers. So bring your thumbs to touch. Stretch your right leg up to the sky. Breathe in. Bring your right foot all the way forward by your right pinky. Drop your back knee down and open up for lizard pose. So when we transition into lizard pose, instead of being flat-footed with our front foot, open up so you can find that pinky side edge. Pull your right toes up towards your kneecap. So you're creating a straight line from your second toe all the way up to your kneecap. Flex your toes and prevent suppling, that wrinkling of your front ankle. See if you can open up through that hip. Back foot is flat, and then use your arms as a support. This is another great opportunity to use pillows or blocks. And breathe here. Soften down. And you may go deeper into your stretch as you breathe. And keep your breath audible. Keep your jaw easy. Take a few more. Last one. And then shift your weight backwards so you can make room to walk your foot all the way across your body, and find half pigeon here. And in half pigeon, we are looking for hips to be square to the front of our mat. So sometimes you can dump all your weight to one side. Pull your leg out in front of you. Again, pull the toes back to your kneecap. And then soften down here. Square off your hips so you're facing the front. And then rest down and soften. And from the side, check in that your back leg is straight. Alternatively, you can find stag pose if half pigeon is a big no in your body. Find stag pose by bringing both of your knees to a 90-degree bend. Pull all your toes back and then hinge over top of the front leg, front shin. You'll find a deep hip stretch here as well. Deep breath. Take one more. And then for a moment, lift yourself up wherever you are. Bring your legs in front of you. Bring your hands behind you. And just shimmy, shake your knees side to side. Breathe. And cross your ankles, plant your hands. Make your way to down dog from here. We will head to the other side. So left side lizard pose. Fingers, thumbs touch at the top of your mat. Left foot goes high to the sky. Breathe in. Bring that foot all the way forward and drop your back knee down. Find the pinky side edge of that front leg, your front foot, and start to open up for lizard. Deep breath here. pull your left toes up towards your knee. And let your hips get heavy here. And again, you can choose. You can add pillows underneath your hands to lift yourself up. When you come down, to deepen onto your forearm. And find what feels good in your body. Where are good stretches? And prevent that rolling of your ankles. See if you can keep your foot flexed. And breathe. Let's transition into half pigeon. Shift your weight back. Walk your foot all the way across the top of your body. And then sink your weight down so you can find a deep hip stretch. Again, dump your weight onto your left side so you can pull your left shin out in front of you. And then choose to soften deeply into that half pigeon. This is when a pillow or a block can be really handy in front here. This is when a pillow or blocks can become really handy. Place them in front of you, and then you can soften down and support your torso. Deep ujjayi. I even like to use my thumbs in between my eyebrows to support my head and kind of let it go, let the weight go. Deep breath. Couple more. Ujjayi, one more. Let it go. Bring your legs out in front of you, both legs. Give a little water in your knees, a little bit of a give. Grow tall, breathe in. And then hinge forward over your front thighs, creating a seated forward fold. Your hands can fall where they may, and you may just get a few inches forward. Keep that give in your knees. This will help target your thigh muscles. Your hands may land by your hips, by your knees, or all the way past your feet. That part is irrelevant. I want you to feel through the back of your legs how to maximize the sensation, the largest amount of surface area where you can feel that stretch. And then close your eyes and breathe here. And your ankles may come a little bit away from one another. Soften and breathe. Deep ujjayi. In through your nose. Out through the back of your throat. Start to ease up on your feet. And focus on that stretch through the back of your legs. Last one. Lift yourself up to stand sitting, and we will take double pigeons. So cross your legs. Whatever leg is on the bottom, place it on top. And pull all 10 toes back to midline. See if you can arrange yourself so your sits bones are rooted into the earth. Pull all toes back and then grow tall through your spine. Deep ujjayi. Couple of more deep breaths here. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe soften your face, your eyelids, close them. And go back to that deep breath. Let your knees get heavy towards the earth. Your hand can come to your top knee. And just anchor it down. Toes still pulled back. One more breath on this side. And let it go. Let your top foot fall all the way beside you and tuck your bottom heel towards your bum. Turn this into a twist, face your body sideways. Hug that top leg in towards you with your arm. And then swap your twist, face the other way. Inhale, grow tall, breathe. Unravel back through center. Give your hips a little bit of a shimmy shake. Windshield wiper side to side. And then swap sides. Other leg comes on top. Double pigeon. Other side. Arrange so the fleshy parts of your sits bones are pulled out from underneath you. And pull your toes back. And then soften here. Top foot is slightly hanging off of our bottom thigh, and your bottom foot is a dial. So the further out you bring it, the more parallel your shins are, the more intense this will feel. Pull that heel back towards your bum, and you will find less intensity. And that may be more accessible. You can also bring your hands behind you if this is really intense. And if that still feels too deep where you can't breathe, you can bend your bottom foot or your bottom knee so your foot is flat. And push in towards your chest with that bottom leg. All are a-okay. We're just seeking to find a deep stretch in our hip socket. Breathe. And take one more wherever you are. And let that foot fall beside you and hug that knee in towards your chest as you twist your body sideways. Again, you can adjust that bottom foot and hug it closer to you. And then unravel the other way, open up. Through your chest, your arms are like anchors to help twist deeper. And then unravel yourself, wiggle out your legs. It's time to get upside down. So come down onto your back. Another great opportunity to use those pillows. You can place them underneath the small of your back. We're going to find waterfall next. So see if you can arrange yourself. Blocks or pillows underneath the small of your back, and then lift your legs up. So we are getting our pelvis above our heart. And find a spot that's comfortable where your legs can just hang out up there with little muscle strength, and just let the blood start to flow back to your torso. You can add your arms as well for a different sensation. Let your shoulders drop down though if doing this, and spread your fingers apart. Palms face in. This is called bear pose. Deep ujjayi here. You can close your eyes. And take a couple more breaths right here. Just feeling the blood flow. Feeling your breath flow. And take one more. And let your legs come back down to the earth. Lift your props out from underneath you. And then find happy baby pose. So clasp the pinky side edge of your feet and let yourself rock side to side. Knees pull in towards your armpits or the earth. You can also grab the back of your thighs for this. And some deep breaths here. Take one more. And then hug your knees into your chest. Maybe give yourself a kiss on each knee. Mwah, mwah. And then take your final shavasana, your final resting pose. Let your ankles come as wide as your mat. Pull your shoulder blades together. Palms face up and hands slightly away from your hips. So find where it's comfortable for you. Soften down, close your eyes, let your breath return back to its normal flow. Shavasana. Let your body soften and sink into your mat. So give trust to gravity here, that it's got you. You can surrender for a few moments. You're in the safety of your space, wherever that is, your home, outside, in the grass. And give yourself permission just to take a few breaths to get deep. Soften through your shoulders, your arms, your chest. If it helps, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths. So breathe in through your nose. Let it go through your mouth with force. Feel how your shoulders react to that. So do that again. Breathe and fill up all the way, as full as you can get with air. And let it go through your mouth. Shoulders will automatically surrender towards the earth. Let your pelvis get heavy. Let your arms get heavy and your legs get heavy. Let your feet soften. And then bring awareness to your facial muscles. Let your face soften and get heavy here. Jaw, eyebrows, eyelids. Soften that. And then listen. Listen to whatever sounds are around you. You can hear the birds here. Hear traffic. Everything is exactly where it is meant to be, including you. You can stay here as long as you wish. And I hope our paths cross again. If you are curious about finding more Zen in your life for you or your family, check out my website, soarwithsarahyoga.com. I hope you have a fabulous day. Namaste.